from the station that's on your side. This is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
A breath of fresh air as vaccine rollout across the country promises a future free of the pandemic. What health experts say we have to do to make that happen.
And hundreds gathering in Atlanta today, rallying against hate in the wake of last week's spa shootings.
But first, a years-long saga continuing to take small steps forward. And of course, we're talking about that old jail on Walton Way.
The city recently announcing they're accepting bids for the demolition of the jail. But as News 12's Celeste Springer tells us, it doesn't come without debate.
Things are moving forward to demolish the old jail here on Walton Way, and this has been in the works for years. The $1.5 million to demolish the building comes from 2015's SPLOST 7. In July, the Augusta Commission voted to demolish the building, but it didn't come without some pushback. Judge Carl Brown ordered the center to be renovated into a justice center, but Commissioner Brandon Garrett says there's nothing legally standing right now preventing the building from being torn down. The building was the site of many movies, and Garrett says it's up in the air what the lot will be used for once it's demolished. The city could hold on to it, or they could sell it to a commercial developer. Regardless, he says he's happy to see things moving forward with something he believes is long overdue.
It's one of those ugly things when you come into Augusta from North Augusta. You know, you come around the curve and you see this building that's so odd looking and really doesn't match the architecture of Augusta. So I'm kind of excited to see that, or to know that it's going to go away.
And coming up at 11 o'clock, we'll hear more from commissioners who believe it's time to tear this building down. We'll also hear from some who wish they'd reconsider. In Augusta, Celeste Springer on your side.
All right, thanks for that, Celeste. Well, today was on the chillier side for sure. We only made it into the lower 60s, right at 60 degrees here inside, here at Bush Field. The average temperature this time of year is right around 71. And as we continue on looking outside, we are seeing some folks out there on Washington Road. Our temperatures right around 58 degrees. Still breezy winds coming out of the northeast, right around 10 miles per hour. We saw maximum wind gusts right around 15 to 20 and closer to that 20 mark earlier into the day. We're going to hold on to that breeze. Current temperatures around the region into the mid to upper 50s, low 50s in Saluda, right around 53 degrees. Maximum wind gusts from this, or current wind gusts rather, right around 20 miles per hour in Millen, 18 in Barnwell, so still on the breezier side. And again, we will hold on to that breeze as we continue on through this evening. Any outdoor plans this evening? We are going to be staying on the drier side. Those temperatures hanging on into the mid 50s as we get closer to 8 o'clock before dipping down into the low 50s as we go through 10. Still breezy later on this evening, and lows tonight right around the lower 40s with partly cloudy skies by the morning. Do the chance for a few showers as we go through tomorrow morning, but not looking like a washout by any means. If you have any outdoor plans, make sure to keep them. We're going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow afternoon, reaching the low to mid 60s. We're still going to be breezy with winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, guys.
All right, thanks, Anthony. The Burke County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a missing teen. This is 16-year-old Colby Ryman. He was last seen on March 19th on Herndon Road in Waynesboro. Officials think he ran away and could be headed towards the Gainesville, Florida area. They say he's 5'7", 128 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black shirt with blue jeans. If you have any information, call the Burke County Sheriff's Office. That number you see there at the bottom of your screen.
And we're learning more about a fatal crash that happened in Barnwell County Friday morning. Deputies say the crash happened during a pursuit. The sheriff's office says one of its officers was stopped near the intersection of Patterson Mill and Red Oak Road when the deputies saw a speeding vehicle. The deputy tried to catch up to it, but say they saw the vehicle crash into another on Kingfisher Road near Catfish Road. South Carolina Highway Patrol says that crash happened when a westbound BMW 328 was passing a car in a no-passing zone and struck an oncoming Chevy Silverado. The drivers of both of those cars died.
Meanwhile, another person died in a fatal crash in Barnwell County this morning. It happened around 11 o'clock on Fellowship Road. Highway Patrol says a 1999 Toyota Avalon was traveling west when it ran off the side of the road and struck a ditch. The passenger of the vehicle died and the driver was taken to the hospital.
Augusta Fire and EMA responding to a fire this afternoon that sent 2 people to the hospital. It happened just after noon on the 2000 block of Milledgeville Road. That's right near Olive Road. They say those 2 people suffered minor smoke inhalation. Right now, the cause of that fire still under investigation.
A diverse crowd gathering today in a park across from the Georgia State Capitol to demand justice for the victims of shootings days ago. They're supporting the Asian American community and denouncing racism and misogyny. A day after President Biden's visit to Atlanta discussing hate against Asian Americans, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is speaking on the impact of his visit.
It is a recognition of the severity of this issue and also an acknowledgement that the AAPI community is hurting.
She says there were tangible recommendations as well as heartfelt stories. Meanwhile, a survivor of the deadly spa shooting is speaking on his experience. He says he was at Young's Asian massage parlor for a visit, and 2 minutes into his appointment, he heard a gunshot. He says his masseuse was killed in the shooting and that she likely saved his life.
She was like, wait, like something around those lines telling me to, hold on for a second. And then we heard another gunshot. That's when I dove and hid behind the bed. And then once I hid behind the bed, I heard another gunshot. I saw her fall.
A total of 8 people died during those shootings. The suspected shooter is in custody, as you see there.
And as more contagious COVID variants spread throughout the U.S., Dr. Anthony Fauci says there are 3 key ways to keep new infections from surging once again.
But as Michael George reports from New York, there are pockets of resistance across the nation.
The UK. Dr. Anthony Fauci says more contagious COVID variants spreading around the U.S. can be fought with vaccines, social distancing, and masks.
If we don't do those things, there is a threat that we will see a surge coming up.
You've been vaccinated and you parade around in 2 masks for show.
Masks are not theater. Masks are protective.
Fauci addressed his exchange on Capitol Hill this week with Republican Senator Rand Paul, who's also a medical doctor.
His point was that if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't be wearing a mask. In fact, as the more people get vaccinated, just put masks away. It's theater. That's ridiculous.
Dr. Fauci cited a new study that finds people aged 65 and older are more prone to being reinfected by the coronavirus. But as the pandemic begins its 2nd year, mask wearing continues to be a source of division.
Join us in the fight to regain our constitutional freedoms.
In Phoenix, a group burned masks and held up signs against vaccines. In Texas City, Texas,
I'm trying to school you people, am I right?
This woman was arrested for a 2nd time after refusing to wear a mask in a store. But amid the strife, signs of life the way Americans knew it. In Oakland, California, kids relished the reopening of an amusement park, while kids of all ages celebrated as the curtain rose at the El Capitan Theater in Los Angeles for the first time in more than a year. Michael George, CBS News.
And just today, we're learning international spectators will not be allowed to enter Japan during the Olympics this summer. More on that later.
A beautiful morning for the community to get out and just run. And of course, it was all for a great cause. It's called the Run for Ryan, and all the proceeds are going to a scholarship fund for Richmond and Columbia County students. Ryan Clark graduated as a Columbia County student and went on to study at Virginia Tech. He was later killed in the 2007 shooting there. His mother established a scholarship in Ryan's honor, and she says the run was a way to hold a fundraising event safely during the pandemic.
We decided let's do a run for Ryan, and in 3 weeks the community came out and just really got behind them, and this happened.
She says they had a great turnout with about 100 participants there.
A steady source of food for people in need. That's what the Good Shepherd Baptist Church is working to provide the South Augusta community. In partnership with Golden Harvest, they've launched a food pantry that will be holding a distribution event twice a month, and people in the community will be able to return every month to get food. The director says they're responding to a need in the community.
Food security, people have a really need. Many people have lost their jobs, or their resources have been constrained because of the pandemic.
He says he's encouraged by the turnout he's seen so far. And this is just the 2nd day of the program. It kicked off for the first time last Tuesday. There's also a clothing closet that will be open when the food pantry is.
All right, well, parents, if your kids need something to do this summer, we're going to show you a great way to keep them busy while helping our community.
And it's been breezy today. We're going to be seeing those breeze conditions continue through the day tomorrow. Gusts could be as strong as 30 miles per hour. That full forecast coming up.
I never saw it coming.
I just wanted to spend it because it was nice. I felt happy.
They both have very big hearts, and they realize it, and that's huge for a parent.
Garrison says it's important to reach out to volunteers of all ages and show them there is a big need here at home.
Serving other people is very rewarding. Your mom always told you giving is better than receiving, and you never understood that. But once you do, it becomes a calling on your life.
As for Kylie and Cortland, they say they'll keep volunteering and hope others do too.
Why do you think that you should always help people?
Because it's sweet and helpful. Because it's a nice thing to do.
Zaina Halliburton, on your side.
Start them young. Love that.
Absolutely, and it is a nice thing to do.
Hard to miss those guys, too. Compass for Hope, they're everywhere. Remember, they were giving out meals on Christmas with Golden Harvest.
Absolutely, and if you'd like to get involved or donate, you can reach out to Compass for Hope on Facebook.
Well, it is turkey season in Georgia. Starting today, it's officially statewide turkey hunting season. That's according to the Department of Natural Resources. Turkey hunting runs now through May 15th. We send things over now to our meteorologist, Anthony Carpino. Anthony, not a terrible day to start hunting season. Maybe a little bit on the...
I think it's a little chilly. I don't know what the appropriate turkey hunting weather is.
I don't either.
But I would be cold.
We don't do a lot of turkey hunting back home. But a little windy out there today.
No, it is breezy. Temperatures, we're on the chillier side today, too. We're about 9-10 degrees below average. Here's a look at that visible satellite, noticing some increasing cloud cover out there. We did have a couple controlled burns in Edgefield and McCormick County, and that led to some smokier conditions across the lake area as well as Columbia County. Looks like a lot of those burns now have been taken away. You can still see a little bit of smoke left over as we look at our Grovetown camera towards the lake. Our temperatures right now about 57 degrees, so still on the chillier side. You can really see that cloud cover across the region as we look up towards the northeast, and the winds out of the northeast are still on the breezier side between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. It'll stay breezy as we continue on through this evening as well as through the day tomorrow. As you can see, tomorrow afternoon, anywhere from 15 to possibly 20 miles per hour in a few locations. So if you're going outside, just be prepared for those conditions. A little bit warmer though. High temperatures expected to be into the low to mid 60s, and we're going to hold on to those breezier conditions. Gusts up to 25 to 30 in a few locations, and then we'll hold on to those conditions as well through the day on Monday before finally tapering off as we go through the day on Tuesday. We do have the chance for a few showers to move in later on this evening as well as through the morning tomorrow, with the chance as that stationary front that's along the coastline right now, that's going to meander in our direction and give us a chance for a few isolated showers. Definitely not a washout by any means, and as we continue on through the day tomorrow, the greatest chance for some showers going to be in our southern counties through Barnwell, Screven County, and even by Millen, seeing our temperatures into the mid-50s as well as a chance for a few showers. Highs tomorrow still below average into the mid-60s, just a little bit better than where we were today. Again, the high temperature for this time of year is usually into the lower 70s, right around 71 degrees, and we're going to watch a chance for some more showers to develop as we go through the rest of next week. Primarily the greatest risk in the latter half of the work week, starting Wednesday and going through the day on Thursday as well as on Friday. So as we go through Friday, this is the GFS model, the American model. This is a global model, so the resolution on this isn't quite as great. So when we see these oranges and yellows on here, that does indicate the chance for some thunderstorms. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through Thursday night in through the morning on Friday. Still a little bit ways out, so we'll keep an eye on that for you over the next few days. As far as how much rain we could be seeing, again, this is going to be on the farther side out there through Friday, maybe 2 to 3 inches, but this does have a lot of change, a lot of room to change over the next few days. We are going to be watching those, so warmer temperatures back to normal as we go through Monday and Tuesday. Our temperatures pretty much right on average, 71 to about 72 degrees, warming up to the upper 70s as well as the low 80s as we go through parts of Thursday as well as on Friday. We're going to keep that warming trend over the next 6 to 10 days as we wrap up the month of March with about a 70 to 80% chance of above average temperatures, so we're looking forward to that. And over the next couple of days, we will be seeing those temperatures again warming up into the lower 70s, staying breezy both on Sunday as well as on Monday. Mostly sunny skies as we go through Monday afternoon. The chance for some more showers developing Tuesday as well as Wednesday into Thursday. Timing on this system Thursday, either going to be Thursday afternoon or through early Friday morning. Our temperatures into the lower 80s. Those overnight temperatures also going to be warming up starting tonight into the lower 40s, and then eventually getting into the mid-50s, 55 degrees, waking up Wednesday morning, and even into the lower upper 50s as we go through parts of Friday morning, and a few locations staying into the lower 60s, drying out for next weekend with mostly sunny skies, temperatures holding into the low 80s. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Anthony. And after what feels like a year on pause, the community breathing a sigh of relief. How an Augusta market is making it feel like spring is finally here when we get back.
The notices. Watch 1226 on your side, wherever you go.
Well, the Augusta's market at the river is back. Vendors, artisans, bakers, and of course shoppers gathering at the 8th Street entrance to the Riverwalk today. Organizers say it felt like life has been on pause for so long. We completely agree. They could see how excited everyone was to be out and about in the community. They say farmers markets, though, really aren't just a fun thing for the community. They're also an essential service.
A farmers market is considered an essential service by most places in the United States, and it's essential not just because of the produce, but it's people's livelihoods.
She says 50 to 100 small businesses sell their goods at the market. You can go check it out every Saturday from 8 to 2. It runs all the way to November, so you have plenty of months to go and check it out.
Well, Augusta's foodies, you'll also want to hear about this. There's a new restaurant opening downtown serving up sweets and spirits. Tonight is the second night of their 2-day grand opening. Vance's Bakery Bar is on James Brown Boulevard right off Broad Street. You can expect alcohol-infused desserts as well as regular cocktails. We stopped by to ask the local couple who owns it where the idea came from, and they say it's a mix of their two passions.
I asked her the age-old question, what would you do if you could do anything? She said she wanted to bake. She asked me what I wanted. I said I wanted a bar, and we merged those ideas together.
That is called compromise right there. The Adamos say they've been working to open Vance's for 2.5 years. They say the business is something they can do for themselves while also investing in Augusta.
I want to check it out.
I do want to check it out as well.
Desserts
Sounds good.
and
maybe after the show, we'll swing over there. Sports is next. We check in on the Honda Classic, plus a couple local doubleheaders after the break. Today, Aaron Wise came into the day 12 under, but went 4 over through 5, and now he is 3 over for the day. He falls back to second behind Matt Jones. We'll have more from this one coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Finally this evening, we told you about it earlier, big Olympics news. The Tokyo Olympic Organizers Committee says no international spectators allowed at this summer's games. The committee says the decision was made now, quote, in order to give clarity to ticket holders living overseas and enable them to adjust their travel plans. Any international fans who purchase tickets will be refunded. The Olympics set to begin July 23rd. Anthony.
All right, thanks, Nick. As we continue on through this evening, we're going to be seeing those temperatures falling into the lower 50s as we get closer to 10 o'clock, partly cloudy skies. And as we go through early tomorrow morning, we're going to be watching the chance for a few showers in and around the Augusta area. The greatest chance for showers in our southern counties from Barnwell, Allendale, even Screven County having that greatest risk for a few light showers. Any rain that we do see won't really add up to much, maybe a couple tenths of an inch at the very most. And it is going to stay breezy through this evening with winds between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That continues as we go through tomorrow afternoon with winds possibly up to 20 in a few locations, and even we could see some gusts between 25 and 30 miles per hour. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through tomorrow afternoon. Our temperatures tonight will be falling down into the lower 40s at Bush Field, a little bit warmer if you're inside of Bobby Jones, mid-40s generally around the rest of the CS. All right, temperatures tomorrow afternoon going to be a little bit warmer than today. Most of us making it into the mid to upper 60s. Chance for some upper 60s near 70 degrees for some of our southern counties, and our temperatures here in Augusta right around the 65 degrees. Over the next few days, though, we're going to continue to warm things up, getting closer to average on Monday as well as on Tuesday, 72 to about 71 degrees. Then we'll continue to warm up as we go through the day on Thursday, getting right back to 80 degrees and above average. So over the next few days, seeing the chance for some breezier conditions tomorrow into the 70s Monday, Tuesday, and then we are going to be seeing those temperatures warming back up to the low 80s for Friday and next Saturday with mostly sunny skies.
Well, we have the pestilence. How about a plague? Oh my gosh, this gives me the creepy crawlies. Mice have taken over a town in Australia because why wouldn't they? Locals say it's the worst mice plague in decades.
Farming communities in New South Wales have been hit the hardest by the rodents, and supermarkets have been forced to seal food in containers, while 3 patients at the hospital have even been bitten.
They have all kinds of intense baiting programs to try and cut down the mice, but that is pretty scary.
Gross. See you at 11.